WCI Business Brokers has been in business since 1998 when I started 26 years ago. We serve the state of Arizona and we're licensed real estate agents and brokers in the state of Arizona. So even though we're located here in Prescott, Arizona, we travel throughout the state to serve our clients. So people often ask what sets us apart from other business brokerages. I personally think there's a few items. One is we take the upfront evaluation of the business very, very seriously, because if we make a mistake when we're trying to evaluate the business, we not only have wasted the buyer's time and the seller's time, but potentially also have gone a long way down the road of completing a transaction that can't be completed. So we spend a lot of time working with the seller, evaluating their financials, understanding the operation of the business, but then also that the marketing package is complete enough that a qualified buyer has enough information to make a preliminary decision with. Another factor that separates us from a lot of business brokerages is that we help the buyer and the seller to obtain the financing to complete the transaction. So in about 70% of our transactions, they are financed by an outside lending source. And our ability and team's effort in helping the buyer to obtain financing is a crucial part that we bring to the table that I don't know of any other brokerage that does. The advantage of using a business broker for assistance with buying or selling a business is really broad-reaching. For most people, it's one of the biggest financial transactions they ever have in their life. And so to proceed with that without counsel can be risky. I just met yesterday with a couple who bought a business from their employer, and they did not have the assistance of a broker. And unfortunately for this couple, it appears as though they significantly overpaid for the business they purchased. The financing terms were so stringent that they're having trouble surviving right now. What saddens me about that is that for these people who put their life savings into this business, had they had some assistance along the way, some simple things could have prevented the situation that they're in right now. Oftentimes people think of a business acquisition like it's buying a house or buying a car. I mean, it happens quick, and it couldn't be further from the truth. In my opinion, a business acquisition is much more of a relationship and a step-by-step process to make sure that all of the things that are necessary to be completed correctly are completed prior to the buyer taking over. We generally are involved on a daily, if not weekly basis, communicating with the buyer and the seller all the way through the transaction, which includes drafting purchase documents and lease documents and other documents necessary for the transaction, and assistance in applying for and obtaining the financing necessary, satisfying the contingencies. Oftentimes the contingencies in a business transaction include due diligence, lease assignments, inspections, equipment inspections, contractors licensing, liquors license, health department. I mean, there's a whole scope of things that need to be addressed in order for the transaction to close correctly, which we assist with. We also have a proprietary process, which is we call our closing checklist process, that involves regular meetings and conversations with the buyer and the seller and the broker to walk through all of these details to make sure that the buyer is ready to the best of everyone's ability to be ready to take over that business with no loose ends. If you want more information about working with us, you can reach us via email at info@WCIBusinessBrokers.com, on our website at WCIBusinessBrokers.com, toll free at 1-800-569-8974, or locally here in Arizona, 928-445-1144.